This is an image of a boy who dared to dream. In fact, he dared to dream too big. Billy McFarland is one who would dream way too big, inciting an unnatural disaster that is now known as FYRE Festival, aka
Fire fraud.
let's just take a look at the amenities. Clean, luxurious, and exclusive villas. Need a nap? Try one of our slightly soaked, plastic-covered daybeds. Gourmet food, cooked by world-renowned chefs, in one of our fine styrofoam containers because we love the environment. A world-class bellhop service, so you can find all your luggage in one place, literally. And our world-class private lockers, just so you can store the stuff that hasn't already been stolen. Need to go to the bathroom, but you don't want to stand up because you're way too drunk? Well, we got you covered. Not to mention we got our top-of-the-line fancy luxury outdoor seating, with one giant bright light to emulate the sun, even at night. We know you love the Hunger Games, so we decided to hand out your bags that style. It's almost like a game, where the prize is your luggage. We've got a beautiful stage for you to take pictures on, or for the organizer of the event to use to yell at you. And last but certainly not least, we've got a concierge desk, so exclusive, no one's at it. Now if that isn't VIP, we don't know what is. Oh, and I forgot to mention that we are featured in many worldwide news organizations, based on how well the event went. We were also lucky enough to get a documentary from both Netflix and Hulu, which all I can say is,
All hail Master Billy.
let's just try to forget about the 6 years he spent in prison for fraud and the $26 million he still owes in restitution for all the laborers who worked day and night at no pay. And don't worry, when the going gets tough, Billy gets going. And by that I mean he'll take a private jet and leave the island, so he doesn't have to harbor any responsibility. Wow, look at that peaceful face, in such a peaceful slumber. Definitely not passed out on the beach for blowing their budget in 3 days after hiring all the Instagram models and partying with them, while saying inappropriate things and hanging out with Ja Rule, while the rest of the team was like, what the hell are you doing? All that aside though, FYRE Festival 2 sounds like a great idea. Aren't we so lucky to hear that Billy McFarland spent his time in prison planning FYRE Festival 2? Or was he just spending that time planning on how to make the scam better so he got away with it this time? Let's talk about the not at all but absolutely red flags that Billy McFarland is showing here about FYRE Festival 2, besides this caricature of a psycho on a jet ski. I'm going to do Billy McFarland's voice. We have the chance to embrace this storm and really steer our ship into all the chaos that has happened. And if it's done well, I think FYRE has a chance to be this annual festival that really takes over the festival industry. Ironic coming from the guy who messed up his first one so bad he went to jail for 6 years and has to pay $26 million in restitution. Red flag number 1. Billy is not grounded in reality. McFarland said he hopes to gather 3,000 people for FYRE Fest 2, scheduled April 25th to April 28th. Ticket prices will range from $1,400 on the low end to $1.1 million for the most expensive festival package, which he said would include luxury yachts, scuba diving, and island hopping. You know, kind of like he said there'd be luxury villas for everybody. I'm sure that's gonna happen. That's red flag number 2. But here's the juiciest red flag. McFarland claimed he has hired a festival production company to handle the stages and the bathrooms and all the stuff that I clearly don't know how to do. Yet he declined to name the island or the production company, saying more details will be revealed in the next few months. He added that the festival has not yet booked its artists. Well, it sounds like it hasn't booked a production company or an island either. The big problem with Billy McFarland is that he's a storyteller and not a planner. He's good at selling the dream, but he's not good at putting it together. And you see this in about everything he says. For example, in red flag number 4, he's trying to stoke the fire in your mind and get you to imagine what it will be like. It's not about 10,000 people staring at a stage with their hands in the air, he said. It's about getting on a plane with 6 people. 2 might be your friends. 3 might be people you met that morning, and going and exploring an island or a beach or a reef that you didn't even know existed until you got in the airplane. Billy, shut up. Nobody cares about this image stuff. And this is the mark of a true con artist, is getting you to fall in love with the dream rather than the reality. That's what happened with the first FYRE Festival. Billy's like that pathological liar friend that you have that's like always saying just the craziest stuff, and you're like, yeah, Billy, whatever. And like the only reason you hang out with him is because you know he has nobody else and you feel bad for him. But at the same time, he just really drives you nuts. You know someone like that. And even though you don't like to admit it, you openly talk bad about him behind his back because you need someone to vent to. Then you think maybe we'll keep him around because maybe he's good for something, but I am here to tell you that he is not. He's just going to drag everybody down with him like he did the last time. Going to prison should have taught him a lesson, and it didn't. That says a lot. He's not self-aware, and that is a problem. Good leaders are self-critical. Good leaders ask questions. Good leaders think about things. Billy is just all on all the time, and that is toxic. So if you've gotten this far, I'm sorry. That was a long video. But also, don't buy tickets for FYRE Festival 2 unless you're a gambler and you just really want to see everything go down. #StopFyre2.